Hello, my fellow Balisong enjoyers. Today we have a review. It's a review on the Redux of my highest rated Balisong ever. Squiggle V2 handles and also full-length spacers. As you can tell, it's a goddamn gorgeous set of handles. Rehandles for the Replicant. These rehandles are made by Mr. Squiggle. Squiggle Scales. He has 3 different patterns for the handles. These are the diamonds. There are herringbone, which are flat. There is, what is that called? Ripple, where they go in like a spiral pattern. You can look at my V1 review to see those. And then I think he also makes some just basic, which don't have any texture. I highly recommend you get the texture. But you can tell just by looking at these things, they are gorgeous. And they are meant to replace the scales on this, the original Replicant. Well, first of all, we'll get into some metrics. First metric, weight. 4.47 ounces, or 127 grams. And that's compared to a regular Replicant, which is going to 134 grams, or 4.76 ounces. So it's actually weight saving. And you may ask, why is it weight saving? Because these have titanium liners, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, going all throughout, and the G10. Even though this is a full titanium rehandle, the liners have been taken care of. They are gone, and that sheds some weight, as well as the new hole pattern. As you can see, it's just hole, cutout, whereas this is the old Squiggle design was a whole lot of holes. The 2 holes from here, and then a bunch of holes in the middle. So basically he took these holes in the middle, axed that, made it one long hole. Another thing, this is what an original Replicant sounds like. Ignore the annoying stuff all around. Right? It's a nice... It's clinky, right? It's got a clinky sound to it. Now listen to this. Yeah. My man gave the Replicant some ringage. Which, I don't know if you know me and my other reviews, but I absolutely love a ring in a Balisong. And then its length, it's got 5.5 inch handles, 10 inches overall, also known as 14 centimeters and 25 centimeters overall. The pros on this Balisong, love the bias on it. It's a little bit more neutral than a regular Replicant, and it's more neutral than the old Squiggle scales because this big cutout gets a lot of weight out of the ass. Another positive, less hardware. No Zen pins when you replace Squiggle scales. No liners when you replace with Squiggle scales. It's just less moving parts, meaning that it is a simpler Balisong to work with, less things to go wrong, versus the liners, the Zen pins. It's, when I said no Zen pins, no Zen pin screws. So I love the larger simplicity on the Squiggle set. And the other positive, apart from the ringing, is the grip. These cutouts supply such a good grip. It's a pretty harsh cutout. It's, not sure if you can see that. I'm not going to say it's sharp because it's not uncomfortable, but from where it goes rounded to where it pops in for the cutout, it is pretty substantial. Like, it kind of just pops down with little rounding, and it gives you an excellent amount of grip. Just a beautiful amount of grip, and that's comparing it to the old V1 squiggles. You don't get that much grip in the middle as you do with these, and I think that is a huge upgrade over the original squiggles, which the original squiggles didn't need any fucking upgrades. They were almost perfect. So that means a lot. The only con is dealing with BRS hardware. It's very hard to tune. That's not Squiggle's fault. That is BRS's fault. This blade, they didn't get this blade. They made it too thick. Not a lot of clearance. But that's the only con. So if we're getting into the numbers, let's get into the numbers. I believe the ergonomics are 10. Just titanium texturing. I love textured titanium. With these holes at the top, such a good spot to know where your finger is when you're doing a thumb rollover. And then this cutout all the way through, it's just grip for days. It's actually insane. Ergonomic is a 10. Flipibility follows suit at a 10. Again, the ergonomics is more so how you can hold the knife and the grip is all there. Flipibility is just when you're actually doing the tricks. You can get such a good grip to spin the knife and do a fan with these cutouts. I'm just, you wouldn't know until you flip it, but it gives you so much grip. I love the grip on these Balisongs. So it's a 10. Looks, I believe, and this is personal preference, the looks aren't as good as the V1s. I like the whole cutouts in the V1, but the long cutout doesn't look as good as that, in my opinion. So the looks are going to be an 8 out of 10 because they are still goddamn gorgeous and clean. Not exactly as good as this in my opinion, but still absolutely beautiful. 8 out of 10. And materials and finish, that's just a 10 out of 10. These are machined to precision. They are just perfect. The spacers too. The machining patterns are just gorgeous on these. Perfect, no scuffs, and the texturing is just consistent and beautiful. And that brings us to a score of 38. The same as the V1s. The points were just juggled around a little bit. The V1 had a 9 in ergonomics just because it didn't have as much grip in the middle, and it had a 9 in materials and finish. I gave both of those a 10 for this, but I subtracted 2 points away from looks because I don't think these look as good as those, but they still look 8 out of 10. They still look gorgeous. So there's a 38 out of 40. The Squiggle is still one of my all-time favorites, my highest rated I've ever done in a YouTube video. And that is the review. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay safe. Don't sever your thumbs and nerves. Have a great day. Peace.